Well, look what we have here for week 3. Isn't this the most interesting matchup you've seen, huh? Because we got ourselves an AFC imposter fight here. On one side is the team that won the AFC for real, and on the other side, the team that won the AFC in last season's playthrough. Folks, buckle up. We got a good one going on. As the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Houston Texans in week 3 of Strat-O-Matic. You know what? After last night, I'm not feeling it. So, football. If you know what, you know. Great. Howdy, folks. Morgoth the Barbarian here. Welcome to week 3 of our Strat-O-Matic football playthrough, where the 2-0 Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the 2-0 Houston Texans in a matchup we could see later on in the year for all we know. But as I mentioned, it's kind of an AFC imposter syndrome matchup, where the team that won it in our playthrough faces the team that actually won it, only they didn't get trounced by the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Actually, both teams got trounced in their respective Super Bowls, so oh well, it happens. I mentioned the Kansas City Chiefs, though. They're so far 2 for 2 in our playthrough. Last week, I rolled super well for them off camera, so much that they dropped 55 points on the poor Raiders. I don't know what happened, but okay. Good to know they are absolutely destroying people and in that mode. Oh, here we go again. As for Houston, they took on the Cowboys week 2. Good news, the Cowboys did better than how we played them out in week 1. Bad news, they still lost in double overtime. Yeah, I never mind. I'm not going to say anything about Jerry Jones this episode for now. But no, Houston doesn't matter. They're 2 for 2 too. They're taking on the Chiefs in what likely will be an important game for maybe down the line. Who knows what will happen here, so yeah, this is a very critical matchup, and we will be playing it out. Granted, it's a 2022 card set, so things are going to get wacky, and on the surface, maybe the Chiefs should have this. But you never know here. There's a reason Houston got to the Super Bowl in last season's playthrough, so we'll see what happens in this game. So, I'm going to get set up here, but as I'm doing that, let's showcase those week 2 results, including how our game last week went, as well as the 2 other games, and whatever else happened. So, roll that beautiful footage, unless it's not so much. Just, you know what, just roll it anyways. Okay, now that that's over with, this is kind of convenient. Chiefs get to be in their traditional red. The Texans are in green, even though whatever, close enough. All that matters is the Chiefs get to be in their colors, and they get to decide the opening coin toss here. So I'm going to have them do evens. I just realized these are in the... Oh, okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Meanwhile, it ends up being odds. Houston says take the opening kickoff, so Kansas City will get it in the first half, and Houston will get it in the second. So we are underway from Houston Texans here. Chiefs Texans, let's go. And Kansas City starts us off at the 25. What else is new? Okay, yeah. All right, what am I doing? The Chiefs starting lineup here. Of course, there's no injuries, by the way, I should point out, but we'll see if that holds. Of course, we know Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback for this team. Marquez Valdes-Scantling is on the split. Isaiah Pacheco is running the football. Taylor Swift's fiance is the tight end. We all know who he is. Juju Smith-Schuster's on the flanker. I'm actually going to start with Mecole Hardman on the slot here for right now. And we got ourselves a 1st and 10 here. And funny enough, the Texans will miss this. You know what? Nah, it's Smith-Schuster. All right, 1st and 10. 6 on a flat with a potential penalty on top of that. Oh dear, incomplete, maybe? Yep, incomplete. Mahomes misses his first pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. Well, that sucks. It happens, though. All right, 2nd down here. And 10. 4 on an off tackle. I have to read that one. Pacheco gets 3. On his first carry, okay. All right, we got a 3rd and 7 coming up here. Oh, actually, I can do that. All right, 3rd and 7. 9 on a flat. To the receiver, to Travis Kelce. And no. Kelce only gets 4 yards, so he's going to be 3 yards shy of the first. Close enough. So Houston's defense holds on its first possession. All right, so unfortunately, the Chiefs have to punt this one away on 4th and 3. That's going 45 yards. Return from the number 1 back for a gain of... I'm reading Kansas City's card here. 8. So they get up to the Texans. Will have it at the 31 here. Okay, not a bad job by the Texans defense at all. They forced a 3 and out. All right, that's a good way to start the game off for the Texans defense here. Speaking of the Texans, here's their starting lineup. I mentioned this is the 2022 set, so instead of C.J. Stroud, we get Davis Mills. LOL. We get Nico Collins at the flanker position. Jordan Akins is the tight end. Damian Pierce is the running back. They're actually going to bring O.J. Howard as the second tight end, but he's not a blocking back, so he has to go there. And then Brandon Cooks is the split here. Okay. Starting off with a 1st and 10 for the Texans at their own 31. 7 on a line buck. Pierce is only getting a yard. Not very much now, is it? 2nd and 9. Kansas City does see this coming. 7 on a flat, and it's a short gain for Nico Collins. 18 to be exact. 1st down, and Nico Collins gets right up to midfield. Very nice. Very nice. I just need a minute to fill in all the blanks here. Okay. 1st and 10. This actual flat pass to Pierce gets missed. 7. It's going to go for 11 and another 1st down. That one, of course, goes to Pierce, as I mentioned. All right, 1st and 10. This run gets seen. 6 on a line buck. I'm reading Kansas City's card. Oh, yikes. They give up 6 on that one. So Damian Pierce gets 6. 2nd and 4. This run gets missed. 9 on an off tackle that got missed. If it holds, it's a 5-yard gain. But it will not. It's probably going to be a holding penalty. Yep, it's a holding penalty against the Texans. What else is new? 10 yards, do it again. Okay. 2nd and, well, a lot. I'm actually bringing in the 3rd wide receiver, Chris Moore here. All right. We've got a 2nd and what appears to be 13 now. No, 14. Ooh, even worse. 6 on a flat, and that's only going to get... Well, that gets covers half of it. 7 yards to Jordan Akins there. He gets up to the 36. Third and 7. I'm willing to give it a chance. Okay, we'll give it a shot here. 3rd and 7. 7 on a short. And, oh, that's bad. It's a sack. This might push him out of field goal range. Oh, it's worse. So, it's a 5-yard sack, and to make matters worse, it's a fumble! And the Chiefs get it! Ah, you idiots! Oh, and it's Chris Jones that forced that fumble. Ah, Chris Jones with the strip sack. Wait a minute, who returns it? Is it returnable? Not really. Okay, X is the only way I'll allow a return. I believe the Karloftis was the one that got it. So, never mind the fact that pushed him out of field goal range to begin with. The Texans don't even have a chance to really do anything with that. And, of course, they turned the ball over. So, it looked like they had a promising drive going there. And then the Chiefs' defense said, nope. And Chris Jones gets the strip sack. And sure enough, that's how that drive ends. And yikes. So, it happens, I guess. So, I'm actually going to bring in a little bit different here. We'll bring in Noah Gray and CEH over here, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But, yeah, that is, unfortunately, neither team can do anything on their first drive. And for the Texans, it just ends up in flat-out embarrassment. So, oh, well, it happened. So, tied at 0, and with that being said, let's forward ahead to the next highlight, which hopefully isn't another strip sack or anything like that. Touchdown would be nice, but who knows. All right, move along. 1st and 10. This also gets missed. 7 on a short. Mahomes is going down, although there's a penalty. Uh-oh. It's an 8-yard loss. And it's a fumble! The Texans have it! The Texans, well, they might have it. They do have it! Oh, no! No return. Oh, another strip sack. But this time, it's the Texans getting it. And Christian Kirksey gets another one. And recovers it, too. So Christian Kirksey gets the strip sack of Mahomes and recovers the fumble on top of it. Oh, yikes. So both teams have had that happen to them now. That is just very unfortunate. So Christian Kirksey came on the blitz, whacked Mahomes, knocked the ball out, and then plopped on it to get Houston the ball back at Kansas City's 41. Some absolutely good field position for them here if they can make something of it. So, good job by the Texans defense to stop Kansas City, and they'll see if they can try to make something happen out of this from Kansas City's 41 with a minute remaining in the first. So, we'll see what happens here. Yikes. Enough with the defensive strip stacks here. This is just getting out of hand. All right, that brings up a 3rd and 8, and we're in Harrison Butker field goal range, so I'm going to try it. The window is narrow. It's 2 through 6 through 12, but we can at least try it. So here's the 54-yarder from Harrison Butker. Snap is there, kick is up, and it is good! Doinks off the crossbar, but it goes in. Still counts, so there we go. Harrison Butker makes the long field goal, and the Chiefs manage to extend their lead after, well, that drive started impressive, but, well, it ends in a field goal. But we still take those. So Kansas City gets points, moves the ball a little bit, and it ends up being a 54-yard field goal for Harrison Butker, and the Chiefs extend their lead to 10-0. With 10:45 left in the half. All right, not bad, Kansas City, not bad. But could have done better, but who cares? You got points, we'll take it. 2nd down, I'm going to try it. Houston will probably try to defend the pass. Oh, there you go. 11 on a long. Uh-oh. Unless this is a 2 through 8 through 10, this is going to be a problem. And it is a problem. It's picked off. Right at the goal line. Oh, that sucks. Unfortunately, whoever recovered it decided to try and take it out and only got 4 yards. So that's where it sits. But man, oh man, that sucked. So Mahomes tries to get it to Marquez Valdes-Scantling and instead ends up hooking up with Steven Nelson, who does not play for the Chiefs. Whoopsies! That wasn't supposed to happen. So Steven Nelson makes the interception right at the goal line. Is kind of forced to bring it out, so Houston now ends up starting at their own 4, but instead of the 20. But you know what? It is what it is. Sometimes we just don't know any better, I guess. But that wasn't supposed to happen. Chiefs actually had a good drive going, and then Houston just cuts it off with another turnover. So hopefully they can make something out of this. So I'm bringing in Rex Burkhead, by the way. So anyways, it's still 10-0. Houston has it at their own 4, though. Not exactly the best situation here, but it is what it is. They got 5.5 minutes remaining. All right, we've made it to the 2-minute warning. Kansas City actually had a fumbling scare, but it didn't really mean anything. But here we are. 10-0. Kansas City leaves. They have the ball. They're at their own 37 trying to score. Everybody's got all their timeouts, and Houston does get the ball to start the second half, just as kind of a reminder here. So we're going to bring in Mecole Hardman, and we're going to start this party off with 1st and 10. 7 on an off tackle, and Houston's giving up 3 to start us off. Okay. 2nd down here. 7. 5 and a flat. That is going for 7 yards, and Hardman goes out of bounds right at the 1st down marker. Okay, good job. So he stops the clock there. Nice. 1st and 10. 7 on a flat. This was scene 2. Another 7 yards to Juju Smith-Schuster, who also stops the clock. Okay. At least they're going out of bounds. I'll give them that one. All right. 2nd and 3 here. This also gets missed. Oh, dear. I fumbled my own dice. Nice going. Fumble! 5 and an end run. That is going for 9 as Pacheco gets out of bounds at the 37 here. 1st down. You can kind of see the pattern here. I'm doing end runs and flat passes that go out of bounds and stop the clock successfully. But now this one, 1st and 10. 5 on a short, and it goes for 13 to Valdes-Scantling. 1st down. Kansas City will just let it go a little bit here. Okay. So how much was that? 14? 13. Yeah, 13. Valdes-Scantling. All right. 1st and 10. Kansas City's moving it quite nicely. Actually, Hardman again. 10 on a flat. It's a 4-yard gain for Hardman, who goes out of bounds yet again. Second down. This 6. This gets missed. Off tackle from Pacheco that got missed gets 4. Houston actually will take a timeout, and that's what Kansas City was kind of hoping for. Houston takes a timeout. That's their first. All right, so we got a 3rd and 2 now. This is kind of interesting, but I think we know what we're doing here. 5 on a flat. It's 7 yards to Kelsey, who gets out of bounds at the 9. Okay. We have a 1st and goal incoming here. 1st and goal from the 9. 3 on a short. No! Incomplete to Kelsey. Mahomes was looking for him. Doesn't work out. Second down here and gold from the 9. This off-tackle run from Pacheco gets 4. And Houston is going to take a timeout here. That's their second. Kansas City wanted them to do that. All right, 3rd and 5. Where's Noah Gray at? There he is. We'll bring him in. 3rd and 5. Six on a flat. What's the penalty? Maybe. Nothing, so guess what that means? Touchdown! 5 yards to Juju Smith-Schuster, who dives right in the pylon and gets it. There we go. Kansas City scores as Mahomes gets his first TD pass of the day. We will get the extra point from Harrison Butker over here, and it is good. And Kansas City just continues to extend its lead here in this first half. What a nice looking drive there to manage that clock successfully, and it ends with a 5-yard TD pass from Mahomes to Juju Smith-Schuster. Folks, this game is turning into kind of a blowout here. It's 17-0. Are we sure this is the same team that won the AFC and our playthrough last year? Because they are not looking like it at all. Very ugly start here. Oh, and it's about to get worse. They're taking this back from the end zone. 9 yards in the end zone for some weird reason. Okay, we'll give it a shot. 23-yard return, so they're up to the 14. So Houston has 15 seconds to do something with this. I don't know what. They do have a single timeout, too. They do get the ball back to start the second half. I mean, I might as well bring in Pierce because he's going to probably start the second half with the ball. But, man, oh, man, I don't know. I do not know. Screw it. Why not? 1st and 10. I'll take a couple shots, but after a while, it will turn into a knee. From the 14. 8 on a long. Mills is going to get slushed out, so this doesn't help. He gets 5. Houston uses its last time out, by the way. All right, we'll try a random Hail Mary. Why not? 7 on a long. Oh, wait, wrong card. And down goes Mills. It is not a fumble, but it's a 12-yard sack, and that's how the half is going to end. Houston's not going to bother, so yikes. That is a very uneventful way to end the half as Frank Clark picks up the sack. So, yeah, that not as exactly. That just tells you how well this half is going for the Houston Texans, where nothing can happen, I guess. And, yeah, very awful score. 17-0. Chiefs lead at the end of 1. Ouchies. That's just embarrassing now, isn't it? Well, let's take a look at the first half stats. Look at Patrick Mahomes go. 20 of 25 for 187 and a touchdown. Did throw that one pick, but you know what? It didn't really mean anything. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a running TD. He did fumble, but nothing happened with it. Isaiah Pacheco's doing okay. Nice balance on the receiving corps, led by Valdez-Scantling, 3 for 63. Juju Smith-Schuster caught a TD. Kelsey's got 4 for 26. Kind of quiet for him. Of course, we had the strip sack from Chris Jones. Frank Clark just added a sack at the end of that first half, so good job by the Chiefs defense. They're doing great. Texans, your offense is not doing so good here. Davis Mills is 8 for 17 for 75 yards. Got off to a hot start, and he's just cooled down. The run game has been absolutely useless. The passing game's not as useless, so it's just as bad, although Brandon Cook's not catching a single pass on 6 attempts. It's just pathetic. Brandon Kirksley's had 2 sacks and a strip sack, and then Nelson had that pick in the end zone. But other than that, it has been a very ugly half for the Houston Texans, I'm sorry to say. I mean, my goodness. Again, are we sure this is the same team that won the AFC in our playthrough? Because right now, imposter syndrome is hitting pretty badly. So, anyways, we'll see if they can turn it around. They do get the second half kickoff, but we'll see if they can make something of it. Or if the next highlight is another Chiefs-related highlight. 17-0. Ugh. All right, Houston. Please don't embarrass yourselves this badly, okay? Come on. I think the Texans may have heard me because guess what they just did on their opening drive of the second half? They might actually score here. It's a miracle. All right, I'll bring in O.J. Howard in, by the way. Yeah, I was about to put him over here. Wait, no. I said O.J. Howard. Travis Kelce doesn't play for this team. What are we doing here? All right, first and goal to go from the 7. What is happening here? Texans, don't screw this up. Damian Pierce has 4 to start us off, so he's down to 3 on 1st and 10. First and goal to go. So now it's second down, 2nd and 3. You know what? I'm going to have O.J. Howard take a shot. The Chiefs will defend the run. They missed this. 8 on a flat. It's going to O.J. Howard, and no, incomplete. Mills was looking for O.J. Howard, as I mentioned, but couldn't get him. Ugh. All right, 3rd down and 3. Ten on a flat. And it goes for 6, which means it's a touchdown! There we go! Ooh, excuse me. Houston finally scored. They did it. It's a 3-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Akins. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember what his name was. All right, there you go, Houston. You're finally on the board. That took you long enough. Oh, Fairbairn is, unless I roll an X, this extra point is automatically good. Oh, there we go. I had a bad feeling that was going to happen. But the Chiefs were offsides. I'm going to say nah, and it's good. Okay. Whatever. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Texans finally did it. They are finally on the board. It took them a little while to do it, but you know what? They better late than never. And they cap off that drive with a 3-yard TD pass from Davis Mills to Jordan Akins, the tight end. And Houston finally gets on the board. I guess they did hear me after all. And it's 17-7. I mean, they still got a little ways to go, but they got plenty of time to come back. So we'll see if they can sustain this, or if the Chiefs will be like, nah, we're done playing with these fools. So, anyways, let's see what happens. Wouldn't you know it? Of course, Kansas City's driving. What else is new? All right, we got a 1st and 10 from the 13 of Houston here. What else is new? Whoa, I'm trying to kill my mic here. All right, 1st and 10 from the Texans 13. Pacheco will have 3 on his first carry, so he gets to the 10. Second down and 7, and the Texans actually do see this. 9 on a flat. To the receiver, to Pacheco. And he is going to grab 11 and a touchdown! Oh, well, that was a little unfortunate. They saw that coming, and they still couldn't stop it. Isaiah Pacheco catches it in the backfield, maneuvers his way in, and gets a good, easy 10-yard touchdown. Well, let's see if this extra point is good, or if there's some shenanigans. No, there isn't. It's good. All right, and, well, the Chiefs respond to that touchdown and get their own, unfortunately, as they drive down the field, and it ends with a 10-yard TD pass from Patrick Mahomes to Isaiah Pacheco, and we're back to a 17-point lead. Ugh. Just when the Texans thought they had it, then their defense decides to nap. Come on, guys. You got to do better than that. That's not how this works, okay? Oy vey. Well, it's 24-7, and Houston's now got to find a way to get that back. So we're halfway through the third period already. So they're starting to kind of run out of time here, but we'll see if they can do something. Well, look at this. We got a 4th and 1 here, and I'm actually going to go for it. Yep, I'm that crazy, but why not? We already had one 4th down converted in this drive, except it was through an offsides penalty, but nobody told the Texans coach that, so he doesn't care. 4th and 1. Oh, this is going to be funny. Probably. Oh boy, are we about to do it again? We did it again. We did it again. Another 4th down converted through penalty. What are we doing here, Kansas City? Stop it. Yeah, you had that play beat, but nope. You got a roughing the passer penalty instead for 15 yards. What are we doing here? It's like the second time you've Texans just converted a 4th down through penalty. All right. This could get interesting. Hold on to your butts here. Meanwhile, 1st and 10. Well, this gets missed. 7. The off tackle goes for 3. We have a 2nd down here and 7. 5 on a flat. Incomplete. Mills was looking for Dameon Pierce. 3rd down here. 8 on a flat to the receiver to Chris Moore. And Moore gets 5. Oh boy, I guess the only question now is, do I try my luck a 3rd time here? It's 4th and 2, mind you. We are in Fairbairn field goal range. I'm going to take the points. All right, we're going to attempt a field goal here. This is from 48. The kick is up. And it is good, and there is no penalty this time. Okay. So Fairbairn actually connects. They do make him pay for those 2 4th down blunders. And there you go. The Texans get 3 more points. Thank you, Kansas City, for spotting them that. That was much appreciated on their behalf. So the Houstons convert not 1 but 2 4th downs through penalty. And I guess Kansas City just gift-wrapped them a 3 points because of that. It's still 24-10 with 3 minutes remaining, so Houston does pull it to a 2-touchdown game. So I guess there's that. So got to get the points while you can, but you know, time is starting to tick a little bit, and the defense really needs to do its part. So we'll see what happens. Quarter has concluded. Chiefs are attempting to move the ball, but they're getting pretty close here as it's 3rd and 15 coming up, and it's a 24-10 game as they have the lead. So Texans need 2 touchdowns to tie it here. We'll see what they can do, and hopefully they can pull this one out. I'm actually going to stick with this as it's 3rd and 15, because this could end up with an interesting manner here. All right, 3rd and 15. I'll roll this out for you. 5 on a short. Oh, and Kelsey gets 13. So this is now gives us a very interesting scenario, kind of as I promised, I guess. So Kelsey gets his 13, and we're left with a 4th and 2 here. And the Chiefs decide to go for it. And why not? 4th and 2. 6 on a flat. Oh, they'll get it. Yep. Kelsey for 5, and it's a 1st down. There we go. So Kelsey gets the conversion, and the Chiefs get one of those 4th down conversions back. Oof. All right. Well, that sucks if you're the Texans. All right. 1st and 10. They'll miss this short pass to Kelsey. Whoops. 9 on a short. Sure enough, it is going to him. And, of course, it's the only one that's an incompletion, because why not? Because Travis Kelce can't have anything nice. Maybe. All right, 2nd and 10. 9 on an off tackle. Edwards-Helaire has 6, so they do get in the red zone here. That sets us up for a 3rd and 4 here. Pacheco, you're back. But it's going to go to Sky Nicole Hardman instead. 3rd and 4. And the Chiefs will have the first down as they get 7. So McCole Hardman gets to the 10, and we're left with a 1st and goal all of a sudden. Uh-oh. This ain't good. 1st and goal from the 10. This gets missed. 8 on a short. To the receiver, to Juju Smith-Schuster, and he will score again! Touchdown! Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster once again finds the end zone. That is his 2nd touchdown of the game, and Kansas City will just made it a 3-score game. Yikes! And Harrison Butker will add the extra point. And this just went from bad to worse as Kansas City puts a methodical drive together, capped off with yet another Juju Smith-Schuster touchdown catch. That's his 2nd of the game. Mahomes now has 3 TDs. He's almost up over 300 yards. And Kansas City, oh God, they are just about ready to close this one out. 31-10. Houston, I am giving you one shot to do this. We'll stick with this, but if they don't get it, I think they might be turning out the lights on this one because it's not looking really good at all for Houston. Yikes. And now they're going to take this return 9 yards deep in the end zone because why the heck not? This is returned for a gain. Oh, God. Please don't tell me this is what I think it is. Whenever I see 11 or 3, I freak out. It is. Trayman Smith goes 11 yards, and that's a fumble! And the Chiefs recover! No return, but they have it at the 2. Oh, God. This might be the game, ladies and gentlemen. I was not expecting this, but it's going to be 1st and goal at the 2. Why? Why? Of all times to have a special teams issue, this is not it. Oh, God. Okay. It's going to be 1st and goal to go from the 2. Oh, no. Why did you have to return it? Oh, boy. This might end the game right here. 1st and goal to go right from the 2 after the special teams blunder. 6 on an off tackle, and guess what? Kansas City makes them pay. Touchdown. No. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire again. But Harrison Butker actually misses the extra point, which is hilarious, but it doesn't really matter. I think Kansas City just ended the game right then and there. 2 back-to-back touchdowns. First, it was Juju Smith-Schuster catching a touchdown pass. Then off the special teams blunder, it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire punching it in from 2 on the very next play. I think this one is pretty much done and over with. That was not how I expected this to end. I think we're turning out the lights on this one, and I would say that is accurate. So I'm done here. It's 37-10. Texans are just in such a deep hole. It's not even funny at this point. So that's what you get for not scoring any points in the first half. So I'm turning out the lights on this one. So let's just skip ahead with the final score. I know there's 12 minutes left in this game, but it doesn't matter at this point. So just show us the final score. Congratulations, Chiefs, and all that fun stuff, yada yada. Psych! I was about to end it, and then out of nowhere, Houston keeps recovering onside kicks. They've somehow gotten 3. I don't know how I'm doing this, but Yeah, unexpectedly, they returned onside kick after onside kick somehow. Apparently, Kansas City's having a special teams meltdown, and look at the score now! Out of virtually nowhere, Houston now has a 10-point deficit. I wasn't even expecting this. I was going to assume game over, let's just move on, but no! Now I have to roll this. Houston has a chance. A very slim chance, but they've got one nevertheless. With 3:45, okay, we're going to do this now. I was not expecting this. Well, let's see if we can end it with the cameras. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we've got ourselves a 1st and 10. Chris Moore's long TD catches have helped too, just as a sidebar. They also have 2 timeouts too, so that's just to update everyone on the situation. Meanwhile, it's a 4-yard gain for Chris Moore here. Again, he has had 2 long catches that have helped in this situation here. 2nd and 6. Let's try to go back to the well. 8 on a short. Actually, Mills is going to scramble for this one. 8 yards, and that should be enough for to move to sticks. Yeah, it does. Okay, Mills has 8 yards. 1st and 10. Kansas City has been sitting on pass this whole time. I don't think their prevent defense is helping. No, they just gave up another short game to Brandon Cooks. Oh, look, he gets 16. I believe we're 1 play away from the 2-minute warning, too. All right, 1st and 10, and because of the 2-minute warning, they're going to miss this off-tackle run. 7, it's a 3-yard gain if it were to hold. Oh, it holds. We're at the 2-minute warning now as Pierce gets a 3 yards out of the deal, so it's now 2nd and 7. Okay, here we go. 5 on a flat. 6 yards to Chris Moore. He's at the 18 and goes out of bounds, so we're at a 3rd and 1 now. All right, 3rd and 1 here. All right, we'll try it. 12. Oh, that's an injury roll on top of that, but what's the result? Well, if this holds, the Texans are going to get a 1st down. They do. So Pierce gets the 1 yard. He goes out of bounds. It doesn't matter anyways because the clock is going to stop because of the injury. We'll deal with that in just a minute. There's a 1st down here, so Pierce gets his yard, gets the 1st. Clock stops due to the injury, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. The Chiefs' middle linebacker, meanwhile, goes out with an injury for just the rest of the game, but I'm not going to hold it to him. All right, 1st and goal, 10 from the 17. We've got 1:45 left. 4 on a short. Well, 2-3 or a 12. This ends the game. No, it's an incompletion to Chris Moore. Okay. That will bring up a 2nd down here and 10. It's going to Atkins. And he will get 8 as he goes out of bounds at the 9. At least he's working that sideline effectively, so there's that. We got a 3rd and 2 meanwhile. And it's a short gain, and it's a touchdown! What? Brandon Cooks for 9. I don't believe what I'm seeing right now. This is clearly one of the wildest finishes we've ever had here. Is the extra point good? I'm going to roll it. I've been going for 2. It's been kind of successful and not, but in this case, I'll just do the extra point, and there you go. Kier Firebaum adds the extra point, and Houston is suddenly down by a field goal with 1:22 left? What the hell is going on here? This is just unbelievable. They've recovered 3 onside kicks in a row. You're not supposed to do that because it's 2 for 11 or 12, but I keep rolling that. Oh, man, this is just unbelievable. What are the odds I can do it for 4th time? Watch, the one time I do it on camera, it's not going to work. 2 for 11 or 12, onside kicking it. No. I should have known that was going to happen. The second, the Chiefs will only let you do so much before they finally are like, no, you're done here. You're done. Ugh. All right. Well, you know what? It was fun while it lasted. Oh, hang on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. We had some, I dropped a card there. All right, so realistically, if the Chiefs get 1 first down, this was all a tease then. Doesn't that figure? Wouldn't it just be that much? All right, we're bringing in Noah Gray. We're bringing in Travis Kelce. We're bringing in Juju. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been the better runner. We've got 1st and 10. Houston has 2 timeouts just as for reference. They probably shouldn't have used that one, but so be it. All right. Basically, they just need to stop this from being a 1st down, and this game's over. Or this game is over. All right. 12 on a line buck. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire has 4 on his first carry, and that means 1 timeout number 2 for Houston here. 2nd and 6. 8. Oh, there's a potential penalty. And it's no gain if this stands. Oh, God, the Texans were offsides. This is just wonderful. Kansas City accepts the penalty, and even worse, it's now 2nd and 1. Oh, boy. 1 yard ends this game. And no, and even worse, Edwards-Helaire goes backwards. All right, they've got a ray of hope, Houston. They need to stop this 3rd and 2 or the game ends. And there's only one place they're putting this towards. 3rd and 2. They do not see the slap pass to Kelce coming. And sure enough, that is all she wrote as Kelce gets 8 yards. Ouch. So that, unfortunately, is going to do it. That was, in fact, a tease after all. Oh, man, that was really, really close here. I'll let it go to 30. They're going to need to take 1 knee, and that is it, folks. Oh, wow. I knew this game was over. I just was not expecting it to be this close. Houston nearly pulled off the mother of all comebacks on this one. Alas, they're a field goal short. 37-34. Kansas City somehow hangs on to win this game. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have a lot of explaining to do on this one, but no, Kansas City gets the win nevertheless, so meh. All right, I have a lot of explaining to do. We'll do it when we get to the Houston part of this recap here, but you can see the stats here. Mahomes is 30 for 37, 298, 3 TDs. Did have a pick, but it's okay. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the better runner, 1597, 2 TDs. Had a fumble that was inconsequential. Marcus Valdes-Scantling had 100 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster caught 2 TDs. Pacheco caught the 3rd. Otherwise, this was a really effective game. Kelce was 7 for 52. Chiefs defense was doing pretty good. Funny fact, we actually had another special teams blunder right after I turned the lights off initially. It didn't do anything, but yeah, apparently we almost had another one. But that special teams blunder pretty much ended it. We were at 37-10. So how the heck did we get to 37-34 here? Well, for starters, basically Chris Moore had 2 long catches. He ended up having a great game. Obviously, the 3 onside kick recoveries. I don't know how I managed to pull that off, but you can see the results here. Davis Mills somehow ends up with a spectacular game out of it all. 34 for 51 for 345 and 4 TDs. And it all goes for naught. A lot of it all came in the fourth quarter, which is just nuts. Nothing on the ground, really. But this is how the comeback nearly happened. Chris Moore, 10, 159 and a TD. That's just nuts. Jordan Atkins, 957 and 2 TDs. He helped. I think he also caught a 2-point conversion, too. Brandon Cooks ended up with 6, 159 and a touchdown after not doing anything in the first half, so he came alive. And then, obviously, the defense didn't really do too much. But, man, that was really, really close. Houston nearly did it. And then, at the very end, the Chiefs, as soon as I turned the cameras on, the Chiefs were like, okay, we're done here. This is not happening. No. We need to activate whatever voodoo magic we have left. And sure enough, they did. What else is new? Oh, man. That seriously would have been hilarious if that comeback had happened. But alas, nope. No dice. We still can't have anything nice in these playthroughs involving the Chiefs. So Chiefs win. They go to 3-0. Texans drop to 2-1. Oh, well, it is what it is. So, just an insane game. I was not expecting that ending to happen, but so be it. So, anyways, that's going to do it for me. I actually don't know what we're doing week 4 as of right yet, so stay tuned. It really depends on how I roll off camera for the rest of the results and what I feel like would be the best matchup. So stay tuned. You'll see what it is sure enough as week 4 will approach next week. So as always, thank everybody for watching this. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all. Okay, seriously, Chiefs, what the hell? Why did you have to do that? I hate it when they tease us like this. It's just... stupid Kansas City and their dark magic. I thought they left that behind last season.